Rec Room releases on Xbox and RecCon feedback. I'm BillehBawb from BVR, and this is Rec Room Weekly. There's a lot to get into this week, so what do you mean there's just one thing that happened this week? And it happened last Thursday, and I basically already covered it in the last one. Well, don't tell the viewers that, then they're gonna click off. Yeah, so first, let's talk about Rec Room on Xbox. Now, last video, I said something like how I thought Rec Room was gonna release on Xbox at some point next year, and then, like, 3 hours after I posted that video, it released on Xbox. So, just as was teased in the last video, if you now go to the room, welcome Xbox, you will get this nice Master Chief Halo helmet. Currently, you can only play on screen mode on Xbox, because it doesn't really support any VR headsets, but I really do think that at some point in the next few years with the Series X, Xbox is going to jump into the VR market. So if at some point a console VR headset does release for the Xbox Series X, then you'll probably be able to play Rec Room on that as well. But I mean, yeah, that's about all there is to talk about relating to that. You get this cool helmet. This room's pretty cool. I'm very interested to see how many new players are actually going to be coming from Xbox. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on all that, and welcome any new Xbox players. All right, let's get into this week's weekly rotation of items. The weekly skin for this week is a new one. It's the green plaid sword skin, and this does not look very good. I've got nothing against the plaid skins. One of my favorite skins is the purple plaid shotgun skin, but green plaid just does not look good at all. But I guess if for some reason you do want this skin, here's some of the challenges that you can do to get it. The new Rec Center items this week are the winter hat for 800 tokens, the winter mittens for 750 tokens, the winter scarf for 800 tokens, and the winter sweater for 900 tokens. And it says that all of these are the snowman variant, so I'm assuming there might be some other variants in the coming weeks with holidays and such. The set is going to be limited time until January 6th of 2021. Speaking of holidays, this week's Invention Tower theme is holidays. So if you want some premium inventions under that theme, make sure to go check out the Invention Tower room. In other news, in case you don't remember, 2 weeks ago was the very first RecCon. This was basically an event that had a bunch of panels you could go to with people on it. I was on a panel, and there were also a bunch of expo halls for art and inventions and just a bunch of stuff you could check out. Now, I was someone who was actually on one of these panels, as I said before, and I also went around, walked around some expo halls, and I met some of you guys there as well. Also, a lot of the panels were really hard to get into, so I watched some of the panels on the YouTube live stream as well, along with the talent show. Overall, I think it was just a pretty fun event, but I saw a lot of people in the live chat and on the Discord complaining about how, like, the event was garbage or something, so I was kind of wondering what the general community consensus was on the event. So a couple days ago, I made a post on my community tab asking people to give me what their opinion was on RecCon. Overall, most people actually seemed to really enjoy it, which was good to see, because the general vibe I was getting from, like, the stream chat was that a lot of people really hated it or something. But yeah, however, there were still quite a few people that thought the event was disappointing or they didn't really like it. Something I actually heard from quite a few people in the Discord server. I think I only got one comment about this on my community post, but I still want to bring it up. The timings were basically set to take place throughout the day for, like, American time zones. And they weren't very friendly to European players, because for people in Europe, it would go pretty late into the night. So most European players really only had the opportunity to go to the first, like, 2 or 3 panels of the day. So I think that's definitely something that could be addressed for next time. Honestly, if they just shifted all the events up by 2 or 3 hours, I think it'd probably be fine. And then the biggest issue that I heard from a lot of people who even said they enjoyed the event was that the room space on panels being limited to 40 kinda sucked. I mean, for the first YouTuber panel, there were 5,000 people that had signed up to go to that event, and then only 40 out of those 5,000 people even got to actually get into the room. And this was a problem for all of the panels. Actually getting into most of them was basically just luck. And yeah, I definitely see how this could be frustrating, but the thing is, Rec Room servers currently can't support more than 40 people in a room, otherwise it just starts to lag super bad. Lucky for us though, Ryu, who was the main organizer for RecCon, actually chimed in on this post as well. Thank you for that. And basically, she said, like, yeah, there were a lot of people there. Obviously, there were some issues with people getting into panels and such, and that if they are to do a RecCon 2, they would probably look into doing things like having multiple instances of the same room. I don't really know how that would work for, like, panels with panelists, because you can't be in more than one room at the same time, unless they, like, projected the character. I don't even know how that, I don't know what I'm saying. That doesn't really sound like it'd be an easy thing to do though, but if they did put in the time to come up with something for that would work for the next RecCon, then I think a lot of more people would feel a lot more positive about the event. So yeah, basically all the problems that people had with RecCon this year, I think are definitely either going to be fixed next year or going to maybe looked into being fixed next year. So overall, I'm pretty excited for RecCon 2021. I enjoyed 2020, but I definitely do think there were some issues, as you all pointed out. And yeah, I think the future is gonna be pretty interesting on that front. In other news, the new Maker Pen Challenge started. The theme is sweater, and you have until January 1st to make an invention under that category for a chance to win 1,000 tokens. And that's gonna be about it for this week of Rec Room News. There really was, like, pretty much nothing this week. Out of all the weeks I've done Rec Room Weekly, this is definitely the one that there has been the least news. I mean, the only official news that happened was the Rec Room on Xbox stuff, which I basically already covered last video, and then the Maker Pen Challenge, which literally got announced as I was doing this voiceover, and there really isn't, like, any actual big news. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that next week we get a new update or patch or something. I'm pretty sure there should be a new update on the way pretty soon. If you enjoyed the video and want to hear the latest in Rec Room news every single week, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. You know, if you enjoyed it, there's a subscribe button right there, but, you know, no pressure. Also, I think there's a video you'll enjoy right here, so click on that if you'd like to, and that's about it. See you next time.